Hello, this is Dr. David Bilstrom from the International Autoimmune Institute and the Autoimmune Lifestyle, and this is Did You Know? And today's story is about a 6-month-old with constipation and the mom who tells you that anxiety and depression run in their families. And it's outside of your clinic. So here you are, the nurse practitioner, the expert in autoimmune disease in your community, and you go to the dentist, and the hygienist, who you've never met before, says, "So what have you been up to?" And you say, "Well, I'm a specialist in autoimmune disease. I reverse and prevent autoimmune disease." And she goes, "Oh, that's so interesting." And she mentions, "So what causes autoimmune disease?" And you mention toxicity, and you mention vitamin deficiencies and hormone imbalances, and you also mention the gut. And the gut is not just a second brain, but it is the real big central mechanism in autoimmune disease and chronic disease. And then she says to you, "Well, what you do, does it help with depression and anxiety?" And you said, "Oh yeah, definitely." She goes, "Oh, because depression and anxiety run in the family. Pretty much everybody on my side of the family has anxiety and depression." And I go, "Well, it's not so much the depression, anxiety that runs in the family. What it is which genes are turned on and turned off," you inform her. And we used to think the genes were hardwired. Whatever you got from your family, good, bad, or otherwise, you're stuck with them. We know that's not the case. It's actually which ones get turned on and which ones get turned off. And what happens is you turn on the bad ones, turn off the good ones, and you start developing health issues. And it's that epigenetics, which ones get flipped on and off, that actually is passed down from family member to family member. And she goes, "Oh, that's very interesting." She goes, "I think it is a serotonin issue." And I start smiling, and I say, you start smiling, and you say, "Well, do you know where serotonin is made?" And she goes, "In the brain?" And you go, "No, 90% of serotonin is made in the gut." Now, it's not made altruistically just for the brain. The gut actually makes it for itself. It helps with gut motility, but it's made for the brain, and then the brain mood's good, anxiety goes down. It also helps with sleep-wake cycles. It also helps with your immune system. And you also tell her that the gut makes GABA, a very calming, quieting neurotransmitter for the brain. You also tell her the gut makes a lot of melatonin. Not only does melatonin help with sleep-wake cycles, but higher melatonin levels, less heart attack, less stroke, less cancer, less Alzheimer's. And she goes, "Oh my gosh, so it's kind of gut issues running in my family, and you can't make the serotonin, and then you get the depression, anxiety." I said, and you say, "Yep, that's exactly how it is." And then she says, "Wait a minute, did you say something about the gut makes serotonin for the gut?" And I go, and you go, "Yeah, it does." And she goes, "Well, my 6-month-old, I just had a baby, 6-month-old, has some really bad constipation. And they have them on Miralax." And you say, "Well, one thing you know for sure is not a Miralax deficiency." And she instantly gets that. You go, "Oh yeah, because there's no Miralax in our bodies." I go, "Yep, that's right. That's what you say." She goes, "So what'd you say about the gut and serotonin?" And you say, "Well, serotonin is produced by the gut for gut motility. It helps move food and poop through the gut." And she goes, "So if my child's not making serotonin, it might show up as constipation, but as it keeps going on, it shows up like everybody else in the family as depression and anxiety." And you go, "Oh, this is a light bulb moment for somebody." You're thinking to yourself, and you go, "Yes, that is exactly the case. Probably the lack of serotonin because of epigenetics is starting in your child at 6 months in constipation. But if the underlying issue causing the constipation is not remedied, and the genes are not flipped the right way, turn off all the bad, turn on all the good, they're kind of destined to get depression and anxiety as time goes on." But you also assure her that kids heal so much better than adults. So it's so easy to get kids to turn around and fix stuff like constipation. But also, you're putting that child in a position not to get a lot of brain stuff as a kid, teenager, but also if you can set the epigenetics by age 19, they just won't get stuff as an adult like depression and anxiety. Now, I want to do a shout out to Emma Stone. She is such a great actress, but spokesperson for teenage and children mental health issues. Doing wonderful work, but what you can see is here's these childhood mental health issues, a lot of times starting with the gut. Born prematurely, born C-section, not vaginal delivery, not being breastfed, early use of antibiotics, recurrent use of antibiotics, and then the epigenetics coming from previous generations are just creating havoc with the brains of our young people. And by fixing things like serotonin production in the gut, here you are helping this child with constipation, but also helping this child never have to deal with anxiety, depression, probably suicidal ideations, all that kind of stuff as a teenager. Have a lovely day. Have a lovely holiday. Thank you so much.